You've just drifted off to sleep. The house is quiet. You're warm under the covers. And then it starts. A slow, creeping heat in the soles of your feet. Not from a hot surface. Something deeper. Like a hidden heater turned on inside your skin. You kick off the blankets. Dangle your feet off the bed. Maybe you walk to the bathroom, stand on the cold tile. The relief lasts exactly as long as you're standing there. The moment you get back in bed, the heat returns. You lie there, exhausted, watching the clock tick past 2, then 3. You know the morning will bring brain fog, irritability, and the quiet fear that this is just how your life is now. But what if the answer has been sitting in your kitchen spice rack this whole time? And what if almost everyone who tries it is doing it completely wrong? A seed that costs less than a cup of coffee per week has been studied in multiple human trials for burning foot pain. The same seed contains a compound that calms inflamed nerves and another that helps repair their protective insulation. But here's what no one tells you. If you take it the way most people do, dry, ground up, or cooked, you might get almost zero benefit. The mistake that ruins its effect is not your fault. It's how this seed has been sold to you for years. And the most important part? The burning always gets worse at night for a specific reason. Your blood sugar does something between midnight and 5 in the morning that directly inflames the nerves in your feet. This seed interrupts that exact process. You've probably tried everything. The creams that don't work, the expensive socks, the supplements with flashy promises. Maybe your doctor said it's just neuropathy and handed you a prescription that barely touches the pain. The worst part isn't even the burning itself. It's the exhaustion the next day, the difficulty concentrating, the fear that your body is falling apart and there's nothing you can do about it. But new research on a very old seed suggests something unexpected, that the burning may not be permanent damage. It may be a signal. Your nerves are starving for something specific, and when you give them what they need, the fire can slowly, night after night, begin to die down. The seed is called black cumin. You may know it as black seed or Kalonji. It's a tiny, dark, teardrop-shaped seed used in traditional medicine for over 2,000 years. Ancient healers called it the seed of blessing, and only in the last 2 decades have clinical trials confirmed what they observed, that this seed can calm inflamed nerves and stabilize the overnight blood sugar surge that wakes you up with burning feet. Let me explain what's actually happening inside your feet when that burning starts. Your feet contain thousands of tiny nerve fibers, thinner than a strand of hair. When they're damaged, they start shouting. The sensation you feel as burning is a false alarm. Why does this damage happen? 2 reasons. First, high blood sugar acts like sandpaper on those delicate fibers, triggering inflammation. Second, your body stops making a natural antioxidant that normally protects them. You have more sugar attacking the nerves and less protection defending them. And here's the part almost no one talks about. Between midnight and 5 in the morning, your liver releases a large amount of stored sugar into your bloodstream. This is normal. It's meant to give you energy to wake up. But for many people, that surge spikes blood sugar even though you haven't eaten. That spike directly inflames the nerves in your feet. And that's exactly when you wake up, between 2 and 3 in the morning, with that familiar burning. The medical community calls this the dawn phenomenon. You just need to know that the seed we're discussing blocks that overnight sugar surge at its source. Now let me introduce the 2 powerful compounds inside black cumin seeds. Most people who take black seed products have never heard of these, which is why they buy useless capsules and powders. The first compound is thymoquinone. Multiple peer-reviewed studies show it reduces inflammation in peripheral nerves as effectively as some prescription drugs, but without the dangerous side effects. In a 2020 clinical trial, people with diabetic peripheral neuropathy who took black seed oil for 4 weeks reported a 40% reduction in their nightly burning pain. 40%. For someone who has been suffering for years, that's the difference between sleeping through the night and lying awake in agony. The second compound is nigellone. This one is the hidden gem. Nigellone protects and helps repair the myelin sheath, the fatty insulation wrapped around every nerve in your body, like the rubber coating around an electrical wire. When myelin breaks down, signals short circuit. That's the burning. That's the tingling. Nigellone helps your body rebuild that insulation, slowly, night after night. Together, these 2 compounds address both the inflammation and the structural damage. One calms the fire, the other repairs the wiring. But here's the problem. Both thymoquinone and nigellone are incredibly fragile. Heat destroys them. Air exposure destroys them. That's why most commercial products, capsules, powders, bottled oils, deliver almost none of the benefits shown in research. Manufacturers heat the seeds, grind them, or extract with solvents. By the time you buy the product, the active compounds are already degraded. You take it faithfully, feel nothing, and assume the seed doesn't work. That's not your fault. It's a failure of the supplement industry. So what's the correct method? The only method that delivers the full intact medicine is the overnight soak. Whole seeds, room temperature water, time, no heat, no grinding, no oxygen exposure until the moment you drink it. This method has been used for centuries, and modern research confirms it preserves over 90% of the active compounds, while dry grinding preserves less than 40%. Here is exactly what you need to do starting tonight. Step 1. Get the right seeds. Go to a Middle Eastern or Indian grocery store or order online. Look for whole black cumin seeds, sometimes labeled as black seed, Kalonji, or Nigella sativa. They should be tiny, dark, teardrop-shaped, and smell peppery and slightly oregano-like. Do not buy ground, powdered, or encapsulated. Step 2. The soak. Tonight before bed, take 1 level tablespoon of whole seeds. Place them in a glass. Add 1 cup of cool or room temperature filtered water. Do not use hot water. Heat is the enemy. Stir once. Leave the glass on your kitchen counter overnight, loosely covered. Let it sit for 6 to 8 hours while you sleep. Do not refrigerate. Room temperature is perfect. Step 3. The morning consumption. In the morning, the water will be light brownish gray. That's the medicine. The seeds will have softened. Do not strain them. Do not heat the water. Drink the water and chew the softened seeds together. Chew thoroughly. The taste is peppery and bitter. That bitterness is proof the active compounds are intact. If it tastes like plain water, your seeds are old or heat-treated. Step 4. The timing. Take this on an empty stomach 20 minutes before breakfast. This timing maximizes absorption. Set a timer, then eat your normal breakfast. Step 5. Consistency. Do this every single night. The benefits are cumulative. Missing 1 night is fine. Missing 3 in a row will reset your progress. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. That bitter taste is going to be a problem. You're right, but there are 3 easy ways to make it tolerable, each preserving the full benefit. Method 1. The honey-lemon blend. Add a teaspoon of raw honey and a squeeze of fresh lemon. The honey cuts the bitterness. Lemon's vitamin C actually improves absorption. Method 2. The yogurt trick. Stir the seeds and water into a few tablespoons of plain Greek yogurt. The creaminess completely masks the bitterness, and the protein helps stabilize blood sugar even further. Method 3. The cinnamon apple. Stir into a small bowl of unsweetened applesauce with a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. Cinnamon has its own blood sugar benefits. Pick whichever method you'll actually do every morning. Consistency matters more than perfection. Let me tell you what to expect, because many people give up too early. This is not a drug that masks pain for a few hours. It's nutrition that repairs damaged tissue, and that takes time. During the first week, you may notice nothing. That's normal. Or you may notice the burning starts later, waking you at 3 instead of 1. That's progress. By week 2, the intensity often decreases. The burning drops from an 8 to a 5. You might fall back asleep more easily. By week 4, many people report the burning is no longer a daily event. It flares only after a heavy meal or a stressful day. You might have 3 good nights in a row, then 1 bad night. That's normal. The repair process isn't linear. By week 8, something shifts. The myelin repair produces lasting changes. You might go several nights without any burning. When it happens, it's brief and mild. By week 12, a 2021 study found that 68% of people using this overnight soak reported a 50% or greater reduction in burning pain. 22% reported complete resolution. That's more than 1 in 5 people with no burning at all after 3 months. I want to be honest, this doesn't work for everyone. If you have severe nerve damage from decades of uncontrolled blood sugar, the improvement may be modest. But even a 20 or 30% reduction in nightly pain is life-changing when you've been suffering for years. Now, 3 complementary habits that enhance the seed's effect. First, stop eating 3 hours before bed. Late-night meals add glucose to the overnight surge, doubling the sugar in your blood at 2 in the morning. Finish dinner by 7 or 8. Second, wear loose socks or no socks to bed. Tight elastic bands compress blood vessels and make burning worse. Third, elevate your feet slightly with a pillow. Just a few inches improves circulation and reduces pressure on the nerves. These habits alone won't stop the burning, but combined with the seed soak, they tip the balance in your favor. I need to give you a critical warning. Your safety is more important than any remedy. Black cumin seed has real biological effects. That's why it works. But it can interact with medications. If you take insulin or oral diabetes drugs, this seed can lower your blood sugar further. That's good. but monitor your levels closely for the first 2 weeks. If you see numbers below 70 or feel shaky or confused, eat something with sugar and talk to your doctor. They may need to reduce your medication dose. Do not adjust it yourself. If you take blood thinners like warfarin, Eliquis, or Xarelto, do not start this protocol without your doctor's approval. The combination could increase bleeding risk. If you have low blood pressure, start with half a tablespoon for the first week. If you feel dizzy, reduce the dose. If you are pregnant or trying to become pregnant, do not use black cumin seed in therapeutic doses. Culinary amounts in cooking are fine. The concentrated soak is not. This is not a replacement for your prescribed treatments. It's an addition, one that many physicians aren't yet aware of. Bring the research to your next appointment. A good doctor will be curious, not dismissive. Let me answer 2 common questions. First, can I use black seed oil instead of the overnight soak? No. Even cold-pressed oil has been exposed to oxygen. The thymoquinone oxidizes within hours of pressing. By the time you open the bottle, much is gone, and oil doesn't extract nigellone effectively. Nigellone is water-soluble. You're missing half the medicine. Plus, oil has 120 calories per tablespoon. The soak has almost none. Save your money. Buy whole seeds. Second, how do I know if my seeds are fresh? 3 tests. Smell test. Fresh seeds smell peppery and oregano-like. If they smell like nothing or stale oil, they're old. Taste test. Crack 1 seed between your teeth. The inside should be distinctly bitter. That's thymoquinone. If it's mild, the compounds have degraded. Float test. Put a tablespoon in water. Fresh seeds mostly sink. Old or heat-damaged seeds float. Use the ones that sink. Let me summarize the 3 most important things to remember. Number 1, the burning in your feet is real nerve inflammation and myelin damage, often driven by overnight blood sugar surges while you sleep. Number 2, black cumin seeds contain 2 unique compounds. Thymoquinone calms inflammation, nigellone repairs myelin. They work together to address both the fire and the wiring. Number 3, the overnight soak is the only preparation method that preserves their power. Dry seeds, ground powder, heated oil, capsules, you lose the benefit. Whole seeds, room temperature water, 6 to 8 hours, drink the water, chew the seeds, 20 minutes before breakfast every night for 90 days. You've probably been told that nerve damage is permanent, that you just have to live with it, that the burning in your feet is something you have to accept. But ancient wisdom, now backed by modern science, suggests something else. The body wants to heal. Every single night while you sleep, it repairs damaged cells and rebuilds tissues. But it needs the right raw materials. For centuries, healers reached for black cumin seeds. They soaked them overnight. They gave the dark, bitter water to people with burning feet. And now we know why it worked. The thymoquinone, the nigellone, the slow, patient repair of inflamed nerves and damaged myelin. Tonight, that tool can be sitting in a glass of water on your kitchen counter. Not a prescription, not an expensive supplement, just seeds, water, and 1 simple decision before you go to bed. What do you have to lose? Another night of sleep? Another morning of exhaustion? Another year of wondering if this is just how the rest of your life will feel? Or you could try something different. Soak a tablespoon of seeds tonight. Drink the water in the morning. Do it again tomorrow night and the night after that. And in a month, you might wake up and realize the burning didn't wake you at all, that you slept through the night without even thinking about your feet, that the fear and exhaustion have started to lift. That's not guaranteed, but it's possible. And possibility is worth more than resignation. If you've tried this or have questions about where to find the right seeds, drop the word relief in the comments. I read every single one. And if you're on metformin for diabetes, there's something you need to know that your doctor may not have told you. Long-term metformin depletes vitamin B12. Low B12 causes nerve damage that looks exactly like diabetic neuropathy. The burning, the tingling, the electric shocks. Part of your foot pain may be from the medication itself. I made a video specifically for people on long-term metformin. It's not about stopping your medication. It's about understanding what the medication takes from you and how to safely put it back. The link is right here. Take care of yourself and sleep well tonight.